Hello students, welcome to session 2 of the story Ranga's Marriage, written by the well-known Kannada writer Masti Venkatesha Iyengar. In the first session, we have learned why the narrator does not keep a fancy title of the story and later introduces the readers to his native village Vasahalli and the things that make it famous. Let's carry the story forward from here. The narrator then brings about a comparison as to how things were different 10 years ago when not many people knew or spoke English. Neither did people send their children to big cities like Bangalore to study. Back then, only the village accountant had the courage to send his son to Bangalore. According to the author, those times were simpler. He justifies his claim by telling an incident where he was at Ramarao's house and they had just bought a bundle of firewood from an old lady. Ramarao's son told her to come next morning as he did not have any change at the moment. The poor lady did not know what change meant, and she went whispering to herself. Neither did the narrator know its meaning. It was only when he went to Ranga's house that he told him. However, 10 years ago, English was not commonly spoken in this village. And when the villagers came to know that Ranga, the accountant's son, was coming home from Bangalore, everyone got excited and rushed to his home to have a glance at him. Fascinated by all the crowd, the narrator too went there and asked people as to why they were gathered, because he couldn't see anything entertaining happening there, like a monkey performing. A boy without brains shouted loud enough for everyone to hear, and in a rude way. The narrator called him immature. All the people were waiting outside Ranga's house because the place would look like the black hole of Calcutta if they all went inside. By saying this, the narrator means that there were so many people that the house would have fallen short to accommodate them all. Thus, Ranga came outside with a humble smile on his face. Everyone was so amazed to see that Ranga had not changed a bit after he left 6 months ago. An old lady even went to the extent of running her hands through his chest to check for a sacred thread. However, she went away after confirming that he had not forgotten about his caste. Once the villagers realized that Ranga did not change even after moving to the city, they disappeared as fast as a lump of sugar does in a child's mouth. The narrator waited till the crowd cleared and asked him about his well-being. Ranga noticed him and replied with full respect in a traditional way. Ranga had not noticed the narrator in the crowd before that moment. Ranga was very well behaved and well aware as to who could benefit him. He was one of those who could analyze someone's worth rightfully. For how he greeted the narrator, he bent low and touched his feet, thereby seeking his blessings. It was not the present-day namaskara where children would do it casually. It was a proper, traditional one. The narrator blessed him that he might get married soon and then left. The same afternoon, Ranga went to the narrator's house with a couple of oranges in his hand. The narrator thought that such a fine and generous boy should get married and settle down. He inquired about his plan to get married. Ranga expresses that he doesn't intend on marrying because he intends on finding the right girl. He cites the example of an officer who got married at the age of 30 to a woman aged 25. Now, since these are both adults, they would understand each other's actions and behavior. Whereas suppose the narrator finds a girl who is very young, she should misunderstand Ranga's words or actions because she is not mature enough. He even mentions the love story of Shakuntala and Dushyant from Mahabharata, and that Dushyant would not have fallen in love with Shakuntala if she were too young. In that case, Kalidasa's play also would not have existed. That is why he intends on staying a bachelor till he finds the right girl. The narrator is distressed to learn about Ranga's views on marriage, but he made up his mind that very soon he would get Ranga married. Some points to remember. So, we come to the end of Ranga's Marriage, Session 2. I hope that you have enjoyed learning how the story unfolds. If you have found this session interesting, please hit the like and subscribe button and spread this video among your friends who are in class 11th. We'll meet in Session 3 of the story soon. Thank you for watching.